So, Chuck Schumer, one of the leaders of the Democrats, recently basically was like, you know what? We should have an Iraq too. While Trump is basically posturing with uh Venezuela, that war seems to be inevitable. Colombia, Cuba, potentially even Somalia. So let's read from Democracy Now! Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer won't rule out regime change in Venezuela. The Senate's top Democrat, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, refused to say he opposes regime change in Venezuela. Schumer spoke with CNN's Jay Tapper on Thursday. Jay Tapper, do you disagree with President Trump's ultimate goal of regime change in Venezuela? Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Look, the bottom line is President Trump throws out so many different things in so many different ways, you don't even know what the heck he's talking about. You know, obviously, if Maduro would just flee on his own, everyone would like that, but we don't know what the heck he's up to when he talks about that. So it's very, very, you cannot say that I endorse this, I endorse that. The waffling is baffling. Let me tell you why. Because it's clear to everybody that this is about the oil, okay? Because Trump just freed a drug trafficker who trafficked tons and tons of cocaine into America, which, by the way, the faggots over on Friday Night Tights neglected to talk about the fact that Trump freed a drug trafficker who has the death of Americans on his hands. Trump freed that guy. So it's not about it's not about taking down the cartels. It's not about drugs. It's about oil and regime change. That's what it's about. Because they we we still cannot stop being the police of the police of the world. We we have no evidence that those boats were carrying drugs. None. But yet, we still are taking them over, and we are posturing for war with Venezuela that we've wanted for decades. Ever since I'd say probably Bill Clinton. Ironically, that's when the whole world just decided to fall the fuck apart, was when, Bill Clinton became president. California Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna blasted Schumer's comments, writing, "Yes, Democrats oppose regime change war in Venezuela. Instead of wasting trillions on endless wars, we must invest in jobs, healthcare, and housing for Americans. Why is this hard? We need a new generation to lead our party with moral clarity and conviction." Absolutely. That is 100% correct. The Democrats currently in charge need to go. They all need to go. There needs to be a new, bold, progressive change, and we need to go back to the party of FDR, and then maybe you'll get people back. But currently, the problem is that the Democrats are still beholden to the donor class. They're beholden to the billionaires. They're beholden to the weapons contractors. They're beholden to big oil, big agriculture, big pharma. They are beholden to the establishment. That's the problem. So therefore, they want regime change because that means more money in their pockets because it's more money for Raytheon and Boeing and BlackRock. All right. That's it? Oh, well. All right. No, but seriously, like it it just blows my mind how much of a simp for the establishment Chuck Schumer really is. It bothers and boggles my mind. And honestly, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Adam Schiff, they all need to go. They all need primary challengers. They all need to go. They all need to go. AOC, I am begging you, or someone, step up and primary Chuck Schumer. We need it desperately. Because, yes, the Democrats will probably more than likely wipe out the midterms. They probably more than likely will win the presidency in 2028. But as Joe Biden proved, it's not just enough to win. You have to actually pass things that help people. There's a reason that FDR won 4 times because he delivered economically for the American people. The Democrats held 80% of the Congress when he was there. 80% of the Congress. The only reason that we have term limits is because of FDR. because the Republicans were scared because the Democrats were going to hogwash them for the whole rest of the century, so they had to put term limits in there. That's the only reason why. That's it. Let's get on to the next segment.